What's going on, everyone? It's KB the Mark, back to bring you the news. On today's wrestling report, we have many stories to discuss, starting with Jim Ross reveals when his AEW contract is up. 2 WWE injured stars expected to return soon. Backstage news on Sting's retirement match, and many more stories. Please don't forget to leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell to stay up to date. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the news. Two notable stars will be making their return to WWE after recovering from injury. Those stars are Sheamus and Xavier Woods. In the case of Woods, he has been off the road since last month due to being banged up and needing time to heal. He was previously scheduled for the post-Christmas live event tour. On the other hand, Sheamus has been sidelined with the shoulder injury since his loss to Edge on August 18th SmackDown. According to Dave Meltzer's report in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, both Sheamus and Woods are expected to return in the next few weeks. It remains unclear whether they will return to television before the Royal Rumble. WWE is gearing up for what is anticipated to be a monumental year in the world of professional wrestling as they embark on a mission to re-sign several of their top superstars. The year 2024 is poised to become a pivotal moment in the wrestling landscape, with the flurry of contracts set to expire not only in WWE, but also in AEW, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and various other promotions. In response to this impending free agency frenzy, WWE has initiated a wave of new long-term contracts for their talents. Reports from PW Insider have revealed that some of these deals span an impressive 5 years, showcasing the company's commitment to retaining their key performers. However, it is worth noting that not all contracts share the same duration, with variations that may be shorter or, intriguingly, even longer than the 5-year mark. Interestingly, WWE's approach to contract extensions appears to be aligned with the natural course of contract expirations. There haven't been instances where officials are aggressively pursuing specific talent to secure new deals ahead of schedule. Instead, the process seems to be unfolding organically, with negotiations taking place as contracts naturally approach their conclusion. Recent contract extensions have already seen the likes of wrestling luminaries such as Bayley, Dominic Mysterio, and Rey Mysterio committing their futures to WWE. However, the list of top names with contract expiring in the coming year is equally noteworthy. Superstars like Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and Ricochet, among others, are poised on the precipice of potential free agency, adding a layer of excitement and uncertainty to the wrestling world. As the year unfolds, wrestling fans worldwide will be closely following the developments in contract negotiations, eagerly awaiting news of which superstars will choose to stay and which might venture into new wrestling territories. The pro wrestling landscape in 2024 promises to be nothing short of captivating. Which talents do you believe WWE should prioritize re-signing, and why? Let us know in the comments. Vice's TV's Dark Side of the Ring is returning for a 5th season. The show premiered in April 2019 with 6 episodes before expanding to 10 episodes the following year and 14 installments in 2021. There was not a season in 2022. Each episode covers a topic or event that looks at stories involving scandal, tragedy, or controversy. Season 4, which premiered last year, consisted of 10 episodes and debuted on May 30th. AEW's Chris Jericho narrated the season, while Evan Husney and Jason Eisner returned as the executive directors. Topics covered on the season included Chris Candido and Tammy Sitch, Magnum TA, Adrian Adonis, Doink the Clown, Junkyard Dog, Marty Jannetty, Bam Bam Bigelow, Abdullah the Butcher, Bash at the Beach 2000, and the Graham family. PW Insider reports the series has been renewed for a new season, with the current plan to premiere it this March. The news has yet to be officially announced, but that is likely coming in the next few weeks. Chris Jericho is back in the news this week after trending on social media for accusations made against him, his exchange with CM Punk's lawyer, and more. He's in the headline for a reported altercation on his cruise. Jericho had been friends with MVP for years, but that friendship is no longer. In June 2022, it was reported that MVP confronted Jericho at a hotel in Houston, Texas, where several AEW stars stayed in town for a Dynamite event while MVP was there to visit Matt Hardy, who was talking with Jericho. This led to them exchanging words before Jericho got on an elevator. Right before the doors were about to close, he told MVP that he doesn't fight jobbers. MVP was said to be screaming about it in the lobby. At the time, it was reported the confrontation boiled down to social and political issues, which were made public on Twitter. The two had a private exchange that further distanced them. MVP previously stated the incident didn't exactly happen the way the initial story was going around was made out to be. Brian Last said on an episode of the Cornette's Drive-Thru podcast that he knew a story he couldn't tell because he didn't have permission about Jericho getting knocked out on his own cruise ship by someone he mouthed off to. Cassidy Haynes of BodySlam.net reported that MVP knocked out Jericho during an altercation on the Chris Jericho cruise in January 2020 after an altercation between them. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful confirmed he also heard the story less than a year ago. Sting is set to retire at AEW Revolution in Greensboro, North Carolina, with the plan to team with Darby Allin against the Young Bucks, which started on Dynamite when the four men had a stare down. AEW brought in Ric Flair, who has been aligned with them and is at ringside for their bouts. AEW has yet to confirm the tag team match, but all signs point to it. Young Bucks also showed off a new look in their return as they're sporting mustaches. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select reported that Sting has had a major say in his retirement match, and he's been more keen on continuing to do tag team matches as opposed to singles matches. As of several weeks ago, the match was actively the plan, something that Sting was on board with. It was said that Tony Khan giving Sting a good send-off has been very important to him, with pretty much whatever Sting wants ahead of his retirement as long as the company can do it. They were told Flair hasn't been considered for any in-ring performing, but has been actively pushing to do more physical spots. Despite getting a big surprise debut as the Joker in the Casino Battle Royale at Double or Nothing 2021, things didn't end up working out for Lio Rush in AEW, and he admits that period was like a fuzz for him. I think there was just a lot going on. A lot of miscommunication, a lot of injuries, just a lot. I think the timing was wrong. I think tensions were high, tensions were rising, it's a new company, and a lot of things were getting figured out. He told Unscriptified Podcast, so I think ultimately it was just bad timing and miscommunication and things like that, and it happens, things happen, things don't always work out as planned. Rush did end up calling out Tony Khan due to his comments regarding Big Swole's release, but has always admitted to being open to a return to AEW if the right opportunity comes across. Rush was only able to have 5 matches throughout his tenure with the company, which was largely due to the injury problems that he suffered at the time, with Rush even retiring from wrestling briefly because of the problems. My run got cut short, but I'm glad I had the one that I did because people still talk about it, which means it was impactful. I'm super happy with what I was able to accomplish while I was there. All Elite Wrestling is about to get back a star that has been sidelined for several months as the promotion looks to build up momentum in 2024. With a few months remaining until its next pay-per-view event, Revolution in March, AEW will look to build feuds for the show that will be built around Sting's retirement match. It looks like Pac could be on that show after being out of action. This past August, Tony Schiavone announced on an episode of Rampage that Pac was sidelined with an injury. However, the nature of it wasn't disclosed. Pac had been previously injured and only worked 3 matches in between injuries, including the Blood and Guts match teaming with the Blackpool Combat Club and Konosuke Takeshita, where they lost to the Golden Elite. Pac was spotted backstage at Wednesday's Dynamite event in Jacksonville, Florida, touted as the Homecoming Special. In the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer reported that Pac is expected back soon. On the latest Grilling JR podcast, WWE Hall of Famer Jim Ross talked about plans for him to be in Greensboro, North Carolina for AEW Revolution. Ross said that Tony Khan agreed that Ross should call Sting's last match. Ross also revealed that his AEW contract expires on February 14th. Ross said this after Conrad joked that Vince McMahon was calling. Ross said, "I can't come till the 14th." Thompson followed up, "Is that the date when your contract's up? Valentine's Day?" Ross said, "Yeah." Ross said he hopes to renew with AEW and added, "I'd like to finish up in AEW. I gotta be realistic about things, Connie. We talked about these birthdays and I'm the same age as Saban and Belichick and all these cats. I love working with AEW." Ross also talked about his health improving and said that he's feeling much better these days. He also talked about seeing old friends at AEW Dynamite at Daly's Place, including Ric Flair. That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Please feel free to express your opinion below. Be sure to check out more videos from the channel. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and push that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Once again, I'm KB the Mark, signing off. Until the next one. I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.